Okay, let's unpack this prompt engineering thing.
Uh-huh.
It feels like it's moved beyond just talk, you know? It's actually out there being used.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And in ways that are genuinely delivering real impact. It's not just hypothetical anymore.
Right. Kind of surprising sometimes.
Yeah, seeing that shift from, let's say, the theoretical chats to really concrete applications. That's the interesting part now. Fields are changing,
Exactly. And that's really what we're diving into today.
getting into the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, think of this as your quick guide to understanding what prompt engineering is actually doing.
Cutting through the noise.
We've looked closely at From Coding to Prompting Episode 7 to pull out the really compelling stuff.
Real examples of where it's making its mark.
From healthcare breakthroughs, which is huge, to like totally different areas like creative work.
It's pretty diverse.
And we want to make sure it's, clear and easy to follow.
Well, if you zoom out a bit, prompt engineering is sort of becoming that crucial bridge, right?
Bridge, how so?
It's how we talk to AI effectively, how we tell these really complex systems what we actually need them to do.
Gotcha. The interface, basically.
Precisely.
Okay, let's jump right in then. First up, healthcare.
A big one.
Yeah, there's this quiet revolution happening. We hear about AI in diagnosis, sure, but prompt engineering, it seems to be adding another layer.
It really is.
Imagine a doctor, right? They use these specific prompts to feed in everything about a patient.
Symptoms, history.
Yeah, medical history, even genetic markers. And the AI, guided by these prompts, can potentially give back really nuanced diagnoses.
And maybe even suggest treatment paths.
And fast, much faster than digging through everything manually.
But, that brings up a key point. How do you make sure the AI gets the complexity?
Right, it's not just data crunching.
Exactly. It needs to understand the nuances of a medical case. And that's where the craft of the prompt comes in.
Totally, and we found some great insights on this from Dr. Anya Sharma.
Ah, yes. Her work is fascinating.
She's really pioneering this, applying prompts to analyzing medical scans like MRIs, CT scans.
And what's really striking about what she's doing is how these carefully worded prompts can actually guide the AI to spot really subtle things.
Subtle how?
Tiny anomalies. Things like the very early signs of cancer or maybe the first hints of Alzheimer's. Stuff a human eye might just glance over initially.
Wow. Okay, so it's like an extra pair of eyes, but supercharged.
In a way, yeah. But here's the crucial bit Dr. Sharma emphasizes.
Go on.
It's not just about pattern recognition. The best prompts help the AI understand the whole picture.
The context.
Exactly. The relationships between the data points. Connecting the dots in the patient's medical history and the scan results.
So it gives a more reliable analysis.
Much more thorough, much more dependable. Like a prompt might tell the AI specifically to look for, say, changes in tissue density relative to the patient's age and known risk factors.
Ah, okay. So you're giving it very specific instructions.
It really shows how vital that prompt is. It directs the AI's attention, its whole analytical approach.
It's not just dumping data in.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's about asking the right questions, very precisely, using language the AI understands.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So healthcare, potentially massive implications there.
Huge.
Let's completely switch gears now. A totally different world. The creative industries.
Right, from medicine to marketing.
Yeah. Think about like creating content, advertising, even composing music.
It's pretty amazing how this tech, born out of coding really, is now fueling creativity.
Both art and commerce, yeah. We looked into the work of Alex Chen. He's a creative director.
Right, using AI for marketing campaigns.
And he basically sees prompt engineering as, well, indispensable now.
Indispensable for what specifically?
For things like whipping up ad copy, brainstorming completely new campaign angles.
And even creating really personalized customer experiences,
Yeah,
right?
exactly, with a lot of precision. He gave this great example.
Oh, yeah.
For a product launch, they needed taglines. Instead of a small team brainstorming for days,
They used prompts.
to generate hundreds of variations. Just boom, hundreds of options.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then they could A/B test them super easily, see which ones actually worked, which ones resonated.
Think of the efficiency gain there and the sheer range of ideas explored.
Incredible, right? Save time, better results potentially.
And connecting back to the human element, Alex was clear about this, wasn't he?
He was. He stressed that it's not AI replacing creatives,
No, it's augmenting them.
giving them new tools, opening doors that weren't there before.
And it becomes a collaboration, really. Human creativity guided and amplified by AI.
A partnership. Okay, so someone listening might be thinking, Right. This sounds cool, but how do I actually start?
Yeah. How do you get your hands dirty with this?
Good question. We pulled together some practical tips. First things first, know your goal.
Absolutely fundamental.
What problem are you actually trying to solve? What outcome do you want?
That clarity is everything. It's the foundation for designing any good prompt.
If you don't know where you're going, your prompt won't get you there.
Exactly. It's the bedrock for effective prompting.
Okay, step 2, experiment.
Don't be afraid to try things out,
You hear these terms like zero shot,
which is basically asking cold, no examples given,
right, or few shot
where you give it a couple of examples first.
to nudge it in the right direction.
Yeah.
And chain of thought.
That's getting the AI to sort of think aloud, show its reasoning. Good for complex stuff.
So play around, see what works for your specific task.
And it's not a one-and-done thing either, which leads to the next point.
Which is,
Iterate and refine. Look at what the AI gives you back.
see what worked, what didn't.
Yep. And then tweak your prompt. Try again. It's a learning loop.
A conversation with the AI, in a way. You're both learning.
You're figuring out how to communicate best with that specific model for that task.
Right. Which brings us neatly to point 4. Be specific.
Oh, hugely important. Vague prompts get vague results.
The more context you give the AI, clear language, no ambiguity,
Maybe adding constraints, guidelines.
the better the output will be. Like, don't just say, write a product description.
No, be specific. Who's it for? What's the tone?
Right. Say, write a short, engaging description for our new eco-friendly water bottle.
Targeting millennials who care about sustainability.
Highlight the durability and the sleek design. See? Much better.
It's like giving instructions to a smart assistant who can't read your mind.
Good analogy. The clearer the
The
instructions.
better the execution.
Alex mentioned this too. For marketing copy, don't just ask for an ad.
Specify the target audience, the feeling funny, serious, empathetic.
And the key messages that must be included.
Yeah, nail down those core elements.
Okay. Last practical tip.
And this one's crucial because things change so fast.
Stay updated.
Keep learning. This field is moving at lightning speed.
Yeah, new tools, new techniques pop up all the time.
So explore those, read about them, engage with the community
There are loads of online forums, resources.
where people share what they're learning, what's working. It's a great way to stay informed.
Definitely. Okay, so that's the practical side. Now, looking ahead.
The future potential. And this is where it gets really exciting.
It feels almost unlimited, doesn't it? Like we're just scratching the surface.
Absolutely. Think about the bigger picture, the wider implications.
Like what?
Well, imagine education truly personalized for every single student.
Tailored to their pace, their learning style, guided by prompts.
Exactly. Or scientific breakthroughs happening faster because AI research assistants can sift through data.
If prompted correctly by the scientists.
Precisely. And then there's creative expression. Human AI collaborations reaching whole new levels.
Pushing artistic boundaries we haven't even thought of yet.
And the common thread through all of this.
Let me guess. Prompt engineering.
You got it. Thoughtful, well-crafted prompts. That's the key to unlocking this potential.
It empowers us to actually use these powerful AI tools effectively.
And shape a future that honestly feels like it's only limited by our imagination.
Which kind of brings us to a point for you listening right now.
Yeah, considering all this, what could it mean for your world?
What new things might become possible in your job or your hobbies?
It's worth thinking about.
So, just to wrap things up a bit, we've journeyed through some pretty amazing applications.
Healthcare, the creative fields, seeing real transformation happening now.
The potential is just undeniable.
And hopefully those practical tips give you a starting point.
Yeah, some concrete steps you can take if you want to explore prompting yourself.
Define your goal, experiment, iterate, be specific, stay updated.
Exactly. So here's that final thought to leave you with.
Mull is over.
What doors could thoughtful prompting open up for you in your specific field, your area of interest?
How could that collaboration, human insight plus AI power, change how you approach things?
Your work, your creativity, maybe just solving everyday problems.
It's definitely something to ponder.
It really puts a lot of power in your hands, doesn't it?
It does. That's what's so empowering about prompt engineering. It gives the user so much control and creative potential for customization, for innovation. It's quite something.